Alright, so this is me. This is Ease. This is the introduction to who I am and what I bring to the table, and pretty much this just kind of gives everyone kind of an insight into who I am and what I'm gonna be in the future. So I hope you enjoy the interview and pay attention. So who is Ease? Ease is the definition of self-made. Ease is the definition of hard work. Pretty much taught myself every single thing I know. I taught myself how to make beats, write songs, record songs, mix songs, edit songs. Like pretty much I'm a product of my own, drive. So when you ask who's Ease, just say Ease is a guy that made himself who he is. So why did I pick my name? Let's see. About 10 years ago, I remember I was sitting down with a notebook and I was like, okay, I need to pick a fucking rap name. I need to pick a fucking name. And every single name I picked was fucking terrible. It was garbage. And I don't remember. I just remember one day I just sat down and I said Ease. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And then I remember I dropped out of school, blah, 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 blah. And I remember my teacher, she said, don't let that get you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that get you down. You are, you're much bigger than that. So she went ahead and she broke it down for me and she made it into an acronym for me. She said, make it into something that means something. So she said, excellence above satisfactory expectations. And ever since she said that, I've been rocking with her ever since. So when did I start doing music? Or rather, when did I start my musical journey? 5 years old, my dad, he bought a Yamaha keyboard. And I still have that keyboard to this day. And I remember it was just interesting, like, cause my family, they always did music. Like my mom, she wrote songs, and my dad played piano, and my grandma played the organ, and blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't know, I never was really into it, but like that keyboard was interesting because it had like drum sounds, and it had like these like animal sounds, and I'm a little kid, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So anyway, long story short, just seeing that keyboard and just kind of slowly taking time to like really like get used to it and do things with it made me like say, damn, this is kind of cool. And I don't know, I just kind of kept with it, and there we go. How would I describe myself? I describe it as my own, completely unique. I don't sound like anybody else, and no one sounds like me. It's cool like that. And my beats, like you can hear my beats and you can tell I made the beat, but like it don't sound like nothing else, it don't sound like nobody else. But at the same time, none of my beats sound the same. So it's like, I'm just the product of like a lot of trial and error. So that's what I say my sound is, the product of a lot of trial and error. What do I bring to the table? Oh, simple. So I'm a producer in the sense of I actually make beats and I actually produce songs. I can, create songs and mix them and all of that. I'm a songwriter. I can write for myself. I can write for other people. I can write other genres. I play the piano. I'm not super good, but I'm pretty decent. I know my chord progressions. I know basic musicianship. I know my stuff. I know music theory. I know my music. You know what I mean? So like, what do I bring to the table? I'm like a Swiss Army knife. Like I can do a little bit of everything, and I can do it well. All right, so where do I draw inspiration from, and how do I make my music? Inspiration comes from life, pretty much. I mean, you never know when something's gonna happen to you that's gonna force your pen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm just inspired by the beats. Sometimes I'm inspired by just something I might hear, but it has nothing even to do with music. Like it depends. The inspiration comes from thin air. Songwriting process. I sit down. I let the beat play. I smoke a little bit, and I just let it come to me. Once you get that first line down, the first line is the hardest line. Once you get that down, everything kind of flows from there. So it's not that hard. It's just it's a process. What song am I most proud of and why? This song I made. It was done in a 18-month interval, pretty much. It's a song called Pain that I did. It's about my mom and her battle with cancer and the loss and losing her, and the aftermath, and so on and so forth. Why I love it so much, why I'm so proud of it, is because I'm not a personal person at all. Like, I really don't just divulge my personal, business like that. And like, that song is probably the most personal I will ever get. Just the simple fact that I wrote it in intervals of 6 different months, where like the first verse I wrote it right when she died, the second verse I wrote it dealing with the aftermath of it, and the last verse I wrote it, dealing with the aftermath of the aftermath, basically like kind of getting over it, and how all the verses kind of like the emotion, they all kind of like symbolize how I felt at the time. Where in the first verse you can hear me, really upset. In the second verse you hear me like, this is bullshit. I can't. This doesn't really happen. And in the third verse, it's kind of like, okay, this happened. This is why it happened. You gotta accept it. Life is what it is. So, hands down, I mean, I have a lot of great songs, but none of them will ever be as personal as that song is. Alright, so the album is called All Eats Everything. It's 18 songs. I produced 95% of it, from the beats aspect. I produced 100% of it from the song creation aspect. It's great. I mean, it's 18 songs that all sound different. I'm not trying to be biased, but I think it slapped. I mean, I got a lot of different types of songs. I got a lot of different songs that will fit different types of demographics. I got a lot of different songs on there that just, cater to different people. And it's important to have that. When you have 18 songs that you can just play that might cater to a different mood, feeling, or, group of people, that's important. I got that. So, All Eats Everything. That's what it is. Why music? I don't know. I mean, hell, I don't know. It was something that when I was younger I didn't take serious at all, and then time passed and I got older and I started to like really pay attention to like hip hop and like lyricism, and I really started to pay attention to it. And through that, I started to pay attention to beats and how they sounded, and I started to question how they were created. And like, I don't know, like my own curiosity kind of like brought me down this path to the point of eventually being able to create beats and create songs and create an album. All Eats Everything. So it's like, why music? I don't know. I can't give you an answer for that. Sometimes people were just born to do certain things, and I feel like I was just born to do music. What would I be doing if I didn't do music? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, as a child, I always liked to write. At one point I wanted to go to culinary school. But I mean, honestly, I really don't know. I feel like the fact that I do music and the fact that I do it well is a blessing. Like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have music. So I am very grateful for the fact that I am good at what I do. So why do music? Man, some people again are just born to do it. Alright, and that's it. I feel like it's been a good interview. I feel like the questions asked were great. I feel like I gave good answers. This is me, man. I'm the type of artist that I truly believe in myself. Like, I believe in what I bring to the table. I believe that anybody with common sense that sees an artist like me, I feel like if they see me and they see what I have to offer, they're gonna definitely want a part of that. They're gonna want a piece of that because you give me an inch and I'm gonna take 100 miles. This is simple. This music's easy for me. So just imagine how easy it could be for everyone involved to make a lot of money. That's how I look at it. I am a sure thing. Not cocky, just very confident. I know what I have to offer. Music speaks for itself. So once again, thank you for watching the interview. My name is Ace. Appreciate you.